Eraser dust explodes with the force of a billion nuclear bombs every time you rub it out. This is not a joke, but a fascinating fact about the microscopic world of an eraser. An eraser is not just a simple tool for correcting mistakes, but a complex machine that works wonders at the molecular level. It all starts with the eraser's core, typically made from a mixture of natural and synthetic materials, including rubber, wax, and pigments. When you rub an eraser on a surface, the friction between the eraser and the surface causes the molecules on the eraser to break apart and release tiny dust particles. These particles are so fine that they can be compared to the size of a grain of sand, containing an entire library of books. But that's not the strangest part. The real magic happens when you look at the structure of these particles. Under a microscope, you can see that the eraser dust particles are made up of tiny spheres, each with a diameter of about 1-2 micrometers. Imagine a sphere the size of a marble. Now imagine millions of these spheres being released every time you rub out a mistake. It's like a microscopic explosion, but instead of destroying things, it helps to correct mistakes and leave surfaces smooth and clean. But how does this work, you ask? Well, it all starts with the principles of friction and adhesion, which allow the eraser dust to stick to the surface and remove the unwanted marks.
The friction between the eraser and the surface causes the molecules on the eraser to break apart and release the dust particles, which then adhere to the surface.
This process is repeated millions of times every time you use an eraser, making it an incredibly efficient tool for correcting mistakes. But what about the environmental impact of eraser dust? Scientists have discovered that the tiny particles released by erasers can have a significant impact on the environment, including contributing to air pollution and affecting local ecosystems. However, researchers are working on developing more sustainable alternatives to traditional erasers that minimize the environmental impact of eraser dust. These new erasers use advanced materials and designs that reduce the amount of dust released and make them easier to recycle. The development of these sustainable erasers is a great example of how science and technology can work together to create innovative solutions to real-world problems. But what about the safety of eraser dust? While the dust itself is not typically hazardous, the particles can become airborne and be inhaled, which can cause respiratory problems in some individuals. To minimize the risk, it's essential to use erasers in a well-ventilated area and to avoid inhaling the dust. The impact of eraser dust on human health is a topic of ongoing research, but it's clear that more needs to be done to understand the potential risks. In conclusion, the world of eraser dust is a fascinating and complex one, full of surprises and challenges. By understanding how erasers work and the impact of eraser dust, we can appreciate the importance of these simple tools in our daily lives. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories like this. Want more mind-blowing facts about the microscopic world? Hit subscribe and join our journey of discovery. Subscribe to explore more amazing discoveries, and let me know in the comments what fascinates you most.